What's up, guys? Mandy Rose here, and you're watching THS Wrestling on the Hashtag Show.
Welcome, everybody. No, I am not my Evan Ross to my T'Challa. No, he's usually driving the show. It is me, Neeson, and I am joined to our Oraho, to our Wakanda. Yes, that is right. I am joined with the wrestling chick from Black Wrestling Pod in Tuesdays at 3:35.
Yeah, wow. Oh, is it 3:35 for you?
Yeah, 3:35 for me.
It's Thursdays. It's Thursdays 8:35, 3:35 for you. Yes.
Yes. So then for you, it'll be that wrestling chick, the wrestling chick, Mimi. Welcome to that wrestling show.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. I love the ambiance. It's very wrestling.
It's very wrestling. You know, that's what we are here most of the time. Mostly it's just me spilling off how nerdy I am and how, you know, Roman Reigns is the greatest. Sasha Banks is the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the ESPY award winning, the showing up, killing every red carpet when she's outside of wrestling.
That's right.
And the CBD award winning as well.
That's right.
But I'm glad to have you on. We have a lot of conversations over Twitter. I love your opinions on wrestling. And I think, you know, everybody at that wrestling show will love it as well.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm glad that I'm here. Yeah. And I'm super excited to get into it. Wait, are you still reigning champion over?
I am still reigning, defending, undisputed, meaningless champion. Even though, look, this matter of fact, this is to you. This is to you, Jack Farmer, the great Jackie Farmer himself.
Jack is great.
Okay, look, this is to you. He tried to put my good friend, my brother, my Evan Ross against me.
He tried to pit you guys.
He tried to put us against each other, but technology would not let it happen. It failed him. He's a wedge driver. He's a wedge driver. He is. Shout out to Dylan. Shout out to
Dylan Matthews.
Shout out to Kat in the chat. Shout out to Thomas. What's up, Thomas? Long time no see. Man, we got a couple of things to really get into today. We're going to talk a little bit about Crown Jewel. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Bloodline. We're going to talk a little bit about TK's big announcement that wasn't an announcement. I was you had me watch AEW and pins and needles so and for nothing.
So mad.
Besides, Rick Ross should be in wrestling. I feel like he just cuts the best promos already. Like Rick Ross was born to cut promos.
Right.
But yeah, we got quite a list to talk about. But first and foremost, guys, make sure you follow that hashtag show and all of the things. If you're watching it on YouTube, it's that hashtag show TV. If you're watching it on Instagram, it's that hashtag show. I mean, not on Instagram, you know what I mean? Instagram. If you're watching it on the Twitch, is twitch.tv, that hashtag show. But most importantly, I want to get your plugs out the way. Mimi, where can they follow you at?
You can find me at I am Mimi Shells on Twitter. It's Mimi Shells on Instagram. You can find me on Turnbuckle Spaces Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can also find me on Thursdays on the Black Wrestling Podcast YouTube live at 8:35.
Failed me all day today.
It was my show for a minute.
It was your When I tell you technology has played a part. I guess it was the rain. It rained out here, like a first real rain in LA.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I don't know what happened, but please, I know I cut off at, you said the line. I don't know what part, but continue with your handles.
Oh wait, so nobody heard that?
They heard you, but I don't know when I dropped out, if you just stopped. I don't know how that happened.
No, I can't. I had full screen.
Awesome.
It was my show. It was my show.
Awesome. That's all that matters. As long as it was you handled it. Guys, you know you can find me at Stay Fly Life on Instagram. on Twitter, Stay Fly Live, Twitch, Stay Fly Live, or make sure you watch Revolt Intercession season 2, season 3 pending. We are on the way with that. But first and foremost, I want to get in with you about. I want to first talk about NXT, right? And we could talk about NXT, and really, I want to talk about. Did you see R-Truth's injury?
So you were in the spaces with us at the time when we were watching it. It was kind of hard to like. I was hoping that it was a joke because it looked super real. I missed the part where he missed the rope. That's the part that I was just like, what just happened? So I thought Grayson just kind of moved over a little bit too soon. Like, I wasn't really sure what happened. When I watched the replay, I was like, oh, wow. Hit the ropes, and the way he fell, I was hoping that it was more his back than his knee, but it looked like the way he fell, just it was hard to watch, to the point where this morning, like, I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I tweeted at him, like, you know, I was just thinking about it. I woke up thinking about him because I know R-Truth is up there, but R-Truth is a national treasure. Okay, every time we don't see him and then we do see him, he just makes it all the better. And I was really looking forward to that. And just to watch and to think about that replay, it's really disheartening.
Yeah. I won't disclose exactly. So I did send him a text this morning, and that, because it was on my mind too, and I seen your tweet and I liked it as well. And I rarely reach out to him, but I sent him a text and I just like, hey man, feel better. And it's definitely a real injury, guys. It's definitely. So he's definitely going to be out for quite some time. So I just want everybody to please send R-Truth your well wishes, because it sucks. It sucks, man. He is a national treasure.
Yeah.
And for him to go down to NXT to just help elevate that talent, and even someone like Grayson Waller, which, you know, everybody hates. So, you know, he's doing something right. But he doesn't have to do that. And he does it because he truly, truly, truly loves professional wrestling. He loves performing in front of us.
That's right.
So please, you know, make sure you guys, you know, send him your tweets, send him everything, and go download his albums as well.
Yes,
and, make your TikToks to it as well. I'm sure that'll help him share him up a little more.
Yes, Dylan says that he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I absolutely agree that he is a first ballot Hall of Famer. I personally think that he's just not ready to go out yet. But yeah, just send him all the love, because I feel like he's gonna come back again.
Dylan, Grayson Waller, the Australian Pat McAfee, is Dylan's, you know, he's flag bearer. So I would not besmirch the name of Grayson Waller. I promise, Dylan. Okay. I'm actually look, I'm a fan of Grayson Waller only because everybody hates him. And that's really hard to do.
He does a good job.
Yeah, he's different to Grayson Waller. You know, it's a beautiful thing to see in professional wrestling. He actually came out and like not only ripped the sign up at somebody, but he threw it at him. He threw it back at him.
He's so good.
I was like, yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, be that. Speaking of heel turns, Ava Raine, she came out and she made her heel turn at the premium live event at NXT, right? That's what it was. Was it premium
heel turn
last week? Well, I mean, I feel like she was gonna be a good person. You know, she was gonna be on the good side. She's The Rock's daughter. You know, like everybody was waiting for her to come out, and then she joins Schism. She joins a cult. Like nobody thought the only cult she was gonna join. We thought she was gonna join the Bloodline. That's it. Like,
is that a cult?
I mean, look, you know, it depending on what side of the tracks you're on, okay? There's always, you know, everybody's a hero in their own story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So if you ask, I would think, you know, who's to the Bloodline, but they don't have like a real villain right now. They don't have a real
Bloodline.
Team. Yeah, they don't have like a real team to go against. But that's one of the things I want to bring up to what's next for the Bloodline. But we will get there.
I feel like we do.
But yeah, see. But with Ava Raine's debut, her one promo, and then she had a backstage segment, which that's how it usually goes. You have a live debut, and then you have a sit down backstage. They gave her the floor. what did you think? How are we feeling about Ava Raine? How are we feeling? Are we interested? Are we waiting to see her in the ring, or are we just like, okay, let's just give it some time?
I think we need to give it some time. I don't want to see in the ring, I'll be honest, because I think the expectations are super, super high. And I think that everybody's I mean, we've seen the tweets. She should have had a better debut. She should have been with the Bloodline. She shoulda. This debut was done, in my opinion, her injury was done the proper way, because she is the rock starter and you have to be super careful with that, in my opinion. I think any debut you have to be careful with, but this one was done perfectly, in a sense where they didn't rush her out. You know what I mean? They gave her time during her training. She got hurt. She healed slowly back. I think it's been 2 or 3 years. We haven't even seen that one training video. I think it needs to stay that way. I'm absolutely sure Black Pearl and the whole Samoan dynasty came in and covered her with the blood of Jesus, you know what I mean? And just trained her. But this needs to be paced. I think her debuting that particular week of last week, coming off of such a blockbuster weekend, was intentional, and that's how it should be, because everybody, the blogs were talking about it, the dirt sheets were talking about it, mainstream was talking about it. So I think, in my opinion, I do want to see, but I need it to be paced, because the promo the promo.
But let's have a conversation. Let's have
the promo.
Conversation. We are here to talk about it.
Was a bit. The promo was the promo. I wasn't, but I took it. I came to a place of a mother where the child, this is their second time on stage, but this is like the very first big one, right? Because she's speaking and she's got a very lengthy speech. And somebody said in the thing, she's the Rock's daughter. I expect that her her promo skills to be of that blah blah. This is why I said what I countered. I said, just because don't mean it doesn't equate. And I'm just gonna say that I would like to see a little bit more, because that wasn't it.
About him at the top of the show, ladies and gentlemen, my Evan Ross to my T'Challa.
Folks,
look who decided to come in
like a bank teller. Ricky Rose, what do you say? AEW Dynamite. That's top tier right there. I saw Rick Ross on my wrestling program, and that's all I needed to see.
I will not argue that Rick Ross was the best part of that show for me. I won't argue with it.
Accusations.
Accusations, yeah. Accusations.
He needs
to come. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
How's it going?
Hot, steaming, and late.
Walking the dogs. Sorry, everyone.
I love it. The dogs
hot, steaming, and late.
I'm gonna get that on a shirt.
That's how she likes it. So,
hey yo.
We're talking about Ava Raine, and we're talking about her, not only her debut in ring and in-ring promo, but we're also talking about the sit down backstage. Now, Pingle, were you able to watch the
sit down? Yes.
Did you watch the schism when the actual reveal, when she was standing on the podium?
I didn't watch it, but I saw like clips. I didn't see the whole thing, but I saw clips of it. I thought the presentation was nice. Look, I know I kind of was hearing what you guys were saying. I think so far so good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they are. Thomas, what's going on? Was traffic bad? It was real bad outside of my apartment. It was so bad. Sorry, everyone.
And on a drive in LA when it rains.
So, yes, a lot of driving I did. I think they're doing right by her right now at the moment. I feel like a pre-taped segment is a great idea because we don't know yet. We don't know what we have with her in the ring yet. And I think protecting her in a pre-taped segment is a very smart idea.
Yep.
For now, at least.
I definitely think wrestler, right? 4th generation. So there's something innate, something that you can't teach. It's something that that can't be learned in a performance center, taking bumps. And what I will say is that in ring, when she had the mic, I felt like she felt the crowd more than that sit down promo. Felt like the sit down promo, as you said, Mimi. She had a lengthy speech. It was a little different, and so she's gonna have to find her way. But I do think that she may be better on a live mic, and she may be better being able to play off. It feels like that's what comes natural to her, because that sit down promo compared to on the live mic definitely was a different energy. I think she was either trying, or they probably ran it like 2 or 3 times. Or they just used cuts. It felt a little jagged. So I think she needs to go. In my opinion, yes, keep her away from the ring as long as possible to something meaningful. But also, she needs to go to maybe the route of her dad, where if we remember, he was doing pre-tape stuff, and then he stopped doing that. He said he didn't want to do pre-tape. He wanted to do, he wanted to fill it on the fly. He wanted to go, and that's when The Rock really became The Rock. And so I think we're probably going to get the best version of her when she starts really going live and outside of the pre-tape stuff, for sure.
That's interesting.
That's really the main thing. I mean, look, NXT is definitely in a rebranding period. Shout out to Wesley being North American. Wesley and Melo are going to kill it. Super surprised they're not going with Melo versus Braun Breaker for their end of the year show. I'm guessing that'll be their Rumble or Mania, but I just want to see Melo come up to the main roster right away. I'm really tired of seeing him in NXT. He deserves to be facing Seth Rollins at some point.
He's absolutely ready. I think the only reason why they continue to why he hasn't been on the Braun Breaker side is because I think he's kind of ready, and they're getting ready for that call up like they did with Rhea. I just don't want him to lose to Braun Breaker, but he might need to do that for Braun Breaker. I don't know. I don't like it, but I don't know.
Yeah. Go ahead, Pingo.
I said I don't disagree with that. Honestly, I think Braun could use all the help he could get.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
I just don't think it'll help. I just think Braun Breaker is destined to be Madcap Moss tag team partner. I really think so. But not in a bad way. That would give both. Look, Madcap Moss is the most generic wrestler. He's the most creative player-based wrestler on the roster right now, and no fault to him. He needs something. He literally has black trunks, black boots, black knee pads, and comes out with his name just shaking on the Titantron.
But he's good though. You know that, right?
He's really good. That's what I'm
on the mic, in the ring.
He has all the tools, and that's what I'm like. If you put him in a legit tag team with somebody like Braun Breaker, it's gonna be it is a.
But if he's good, why put him in? But why put him in a tag team if he's that good?
You could find an actual single gimmick to actually propel him into a legit mid card spot or top tier spot. Like I feel like that, but for both of them to help them get whatever they need to get, because Braun Breaker isn't a mid card or top tier solo spot right now on the main roster either. Like, so in order to find something that meshes, like I feel like they will work great as a tag team, and then have somebody turn on somebody and vamp it up. But I feel like they could be money together as a tag team for sure. I mean, they both are talented, like that's the thing. It's just they need to find that thing.
Seeing him on the pre-show, I forget which pay-per-view it was. I think it was the pay-per-view that he had against Baron Corbin. That last big one. I forget which one it was. Maybe it was SummerSlam.
Oh,
Was it SummerSlam?
It was the oh my god. It wasn't a match. It was like an Extreme Rules match or something like that, right? Or no?
Yeah, no.
No. Was it?
It was. It was like a street fight or something. Yeah, it was.
It wasn't SummerSlam because that was Pat McAfee.
Then maybe it was after SummerSlam or before. I can't remember. He got on the panel and took that mic, and I was like, "Oh wow!" Like he was going, like talking about his career, talking about who he is, talking about why he deserves this. This is the biggest career, this is the biggest match of his career, and all of that. Like I was just like, I was locked and loaded. I loved it.
That was the match when Corbin got carted off, right?
I
Did it? Yeah, that was the end of the feud.
Yeah.
He has all the tools. But when we talk about 5-tool players, we're going to talk about the royalty of Bianca Belair and Montez Ford. They have a new show coming out on Hulu, which they just announced today. I know it was kind of like whispered before that WWE wanted to do another show. But Bianca and Montez Ford, are we all having a group watch party to watch this every week? Like, are we going to really just like sit down and have a party watch? Like, because I feel like if we're going to put a TV show with a couple, it's either one Bianca or Montez or two Becky and Rollins.
Right.
And those are the two couples you really want to see. But tell me your thoughts on this. Hulu, by the way, that's a pretty big deal. Like, you got Hulu, that's a Disney, that is a Disney co-owned with Universal Comcast. So it's a pretty big deal.
It is.
What do you guys think about this show? Are we watching it? What are we doing?
I'm watching it.
I mean, I watch reality television for a living, so we'll see. But I'm pretty. I'm pretty excited about this. I want to see a trailer. I want to see it now.
Yeah.
But I love when when we pull the curtain back a little bit on wrestling and we get to see them as just a couple.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. I'm excited about this. I was very like, whoa, okay, all right, let's go.
Yeah.
It was a very and that was off the investors call, right?
It was a real big power play, right? Like you're on the investors call and you're talking about, and it was like early on in the call, they're like, hey, we not only did we re-up our extension with Raw on Hulu for replays, but also we have this amazing show with our WWE Raw Women's Champion Bianca Belair and our future WWE champion. Ain't to say future, but I mean we all know. Come on, like it's written all over him. Future WWE champion Montez Ford. And it's also filming during a time where he's out for an injury. So I think this is also a dope storyline because you're gonna have that amazing comeback.
Yep.
Amazing comeback period, guys. Are we gonna get? Can we possibly get a Montez Royal Rumble win? Is this possible?
Maybe.
Is he injured right now?
He had an ankle injury.
An ankle injury. And how long has he been out?
So that's when it happened. So I believe it was like a couple of months.
Okay.
And then he only's been on TV once and had a beat down. And he had the ankle boot on.
Okay.
And that was it.
I wouldn't be mad at a Royal Rumble win.
No,
but
I
y'all keep talking about that Cody Rhodes. Y'all keep talking about that Cody Rhodes. Okay. Now, so I'm gonna say this. Did he just leave us?
He sang the song and just disappeared.
I will say this. I feel like when Cody and Brandy did their show, it was a little boring. It was a little of a snooze fest. I don't think this show is going to be a snooze fest. I think this is going to be fun. Montez Ford is extremely animated, so I'm looking forward to that. I've heard their story of how they met. I would love. I see that they have, like, before they became Montez and Bianca Belair, they used to do these photo shoots every once in a while. Clearly they haven't had time to do it because they're just so busy doing Superstars, being booked and busy. I would love to see more of a dynamic of their relationship, but the only thing about reality TV that bothers me is when you get into that aspect of it and then you see a dynamic of a person and then it just turns you off, because that's what happened with Nia Jax with Total Divas for me. I loved Nia Jax. I loved what she was about. And then I saw Total Divas and I was just like, she's a bully.
Fair.
That Cody Rhodes is winning the Royal Rumble. Sorry, Mimi. And
Matthew, what's up?
What's up, man? Yeah, I'm super interested in this. And I think because this is what's really gonna cross Bianca Belair over into that Becky Lynch crossover status. Like, this is the thing. Like, she could win and be champion in WWE for like the next 2 or 3 years. She could have the Cena treatment. She could have all that. But that reality TV with her story, like with her actual overcoming bulimia, with her, real like college credentials and winning and athleticism and just overcoming so much and still being a humble, genuine person that she is. That reality show, that whole fan base is going to eat that up, and she is going to become. I mean, look what it did for the Bellas.
That's like, right, and Miz.
Yeah,
and Miz. So, man, kudos to her. But now that Pingo's on, we could talk about AEW.
Because I ain't.
No, Mimi feels about AEW. So it was reported by Brian Alvarez himself that Tony Khan had a big announcement coming. Now, Stat Guy Greg, over there on GP, he actually
read his tweet.
Yeah, I actually tweeted my exact thoughts, and I'm not even reading verbatim. I just remember he was saying,
because it's so significant. You know those lawyers.
Yeah, it was very, because he was saying, like, he loves, all right, I'll read it.
You got to read the stat guys.
Exactly. I will read it, because when I read it, I was like, yeah, that's exactly how I felt when I saw that report.
Oh my God.
Let's see here.
Big announcement. AEW for Fresno. There you go. That was the big announcement. They're coming to Fresno.
Here's that guy's tweet. So why not promote it on AEW social or on a commercial? Because I know they're not spoiling something TK wants to keep secret. Let's be real. This is promo. The question is, why do they think Wrestling Observer, why do I think Wrestling Observer has more reach than their legitimate business partners?
This is where I think I talked about this before on Turnbuckle Talk. When you start doing this stuff, like, why aren't you using your business to do that?
So my question I want to pose, right?
So
really been big about not using dirt sheets. Don't talk to dirt sheets. This has been a whole thing with him not wanting people to speak to dirt sheets. But this is clearly a leak through him to a quote unquote dirt sheet.
Right.
Because, like, I mean, I feel like you could give some reason to this, because I'm gonna just say it's just stupid. Why would Tony Khan go directly to a dirt sheet instead of doing a commercial? Instead of we know he comes out on his own Twitter and announces it himself. Why would he do this? Or do you think that this is just hot smoke and Brian Alvarez made it up?
I think the announcement was Tyson.
Okay, so hold on. Let's do a full court timeout. Brian Alvarez never said Tony Khan had a big announcement. He just said something big was supposed to happen during the show. That's the direct quote. He never said that Tony Khan was gonna make a big announcement. Now I do agree if that was the case, it would feel super weird that because we know Tony Khan at the drop of the hat will be like, what a historic fight forever chant we just had on hashtag AEW Dynamite. Thank you for watching hashtag AEW. We know he would do that. So he would. So I don't, the Alvarez thing, when I mentioned it to Nisa, I was like, oh boy, here we go again. Some big old announcement, big old thing's going to happen. What's it going to be? I don't know. And I mean, I will say, like, there were some surprises, but it's kind of like, can't we just watch the show week to week? You don't need to
do all this.
I don't need you to go on your show and look, your show's popular. You don't need to get a quote and be like, yesterday I was told big show. We know every week they tout a big show. So yes, and also they do have Paul. That's what it should have been. Is Paul White should have come out and been like, it's me.
It's always been me.
It's been me the whole time. But I do get what you're saying, and I think it's like, oh, something big's gonna happen. Like at this point with AEW, I watch it every week. It's pretty much the only thing that I'm like, all right, I'm gonna watch Dynamite. I'm gonna make sure I watch Dynamite. But I'm more and more like, main event tonight, I don't care about Brian Cage. I don't care. Why is that the main event? Like, who cares?
You got to get those Ring of Honor. Got to get those Ring of Honor numbers up. You know, get ready for that streaming deal.
What streaming deal is that?
I don't know. Probably Fight Plus.
Thank you.
Fight Plus.
Right after GCW.
Jeez. That was a whole nother
big announcement
Twitter thing today that I just don't even have the patience to get into. Honestly,
we won't get into that.
We're staying here. Yeah. Okay. Great.
Big announcement, guys, coming Wednesday.
Cool. Awesome.
I'm gonna leak out that we're partnering up with WWE. Like, what are you
We
doing?
did it.
What are you doing?
Anyway, so I mean, yeah. Cool it with telling me you're gonna do something cool and just do something cool.
So do you think that, you know, because look, TK, he's not afraid of self promoting his show and putting it on his back, and you know, we got a great show for you. It's gonna be great. You know,
he's fine. I mean, I'm fine with him hyping his show.
I think everybody thought it was gonna be the Elite, and now we're seeing. Look, we've gotten to a point where Colt Cabana came back today. Okay, guys.
I love that, by the way.
This is how we know we're past the Punk era. Punk is done. It is over. And we have the Elite coming back. So do you think that was just a hype to make sure we actually see more of this teasing of the Elite, saying that we're moving past this Punk drama, Colt Cabana coming back, and then hopefully getting some energy behind ROH and that main event that was mid.
Adjacent.
Mid adjacent. That is even worse. Sheesh.
I mean, we did have. I know a lot of people don't care, but I'm always just entertained by the fact that Jeff Jarrett just does whatever he wants and goes everywhere. And
why?
It's just so funny to me. He was, if you think about it, he was on WWE this year.
Oh my god.
He was on he was in Flair's last match. I mean, he was Cross last match.
The world tour.
And then he shows up. And then he shows up in AEW and is like, fuck you, Darby Allin, which I'm all for, honestly. I mean, that's fine. He hit him with a guitar.
And he was bleeding. The man was,
dude,
he was like, as you're sitting there bleeding out. I'm like,
he was like, oh crap. That was bad. My bad. So I mean, we'll see where that leads. And I mean, Cabana coming back was a surprise. I did enjoy that. And what else? We had the Elite stuff, which is fine, but it's kind of like, you know, the thing about the Elite promos, and I'm like, oh, these, I guess, you know, now it's just a tutorial on how to use Photoshop or something, or Adobe Premiere. They haven't been gone for like a year, right? Like, it's like really weird that they're like, we need to make it seem like they've been gone for like 6 years. I'm like, guys, you've been gone for like 5 weeks, maybe 6 weeks. Calm down. We're not erasing you from history. Like, what is happening?
That was 4 main event stars that was like opening and closing every show that was just gone. But two things that tripped me out during that promo. One, I got a chance to talk with Brian Cutler at LAX Fan Fest last September, I believe it was.
Yes.
And he talked about how he still edits BTE and like how he has to like go to the hotel room and he cuts BTE like right after the show, right? And people still send in. And so my thought when I'm like, okay, this is Brian, also exclusive, I guess. Mm-hmm. He has all the footage of everything.
Oh wow!
The cameras never stopped rolling.
That's crazy.
That was his words. So I was like, well, I told him, I was like, hey man, look, I hope you have like 3 hard drives of just backup. He was like, man, I have everything for all the years. Like, so I was like, whenever that documentary comes out, they're gonna pay you big money for it.
Oh yeah.
But I thought of like him cutting it off. And then a second, I'm like, what are you using to edit? Are you using like Final Cut from 1998? Like what? Like, what is it? As a video person myself, I'm like, this is not even nowhere near a 2000s version update. Anything? Everything is square boxes. Everything is like that super light gray. I'm like, what is he cutting this out on? But also, look, man, they need something. I feel like if they're going into Full Gear and they keep hyping up Full Gear, we're closing out with ROH. We're recycling Bullet Club versus JAS. They need something. They really do. And I think the MJF versus Moxley. I feel like it's convoluted right now. And, you know, you got Warlow that just got lost in a shuffle, and hopefully this Hobbs thing. And now people are just cheering for a belt switch when it comes to the TNT title, which is not good. So they need something. I feel like this is the thing. If they need to capitalize on it, it needs to be the Elite coming back. It needs to feel like a big deal. And hopefully we could get them in the top tier positions where they deserve and where they should be, not just still continually trying to make everybody. Let's leave that alone. Like, stop trying to make people be the people, hold the company high and let it happen.
Yep.
I think the other thing that was great was we did get a House of Black promo, basically letting us know that, you know, what he's been saying all along is, I just needed some time off. Leave me alone, please, for Malachi. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about the Elite coming back. There's things that I'm like, okay, do you remember Movie Shaker, where you would just put like 2 or 3 clips into a thing? Yeah. Be like, here you go. And it makes no sense, but thanks.
Yes, definitely. That's exactly.
So I am excited about all of those things. Something I'm nervous about is Full Gear is 3 weeks away. And we have 1 match.
Yeah.
But remember, we'll probably have 20 in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Guys,
and
get your
Excalibur will need like oxygen on the side announcing all of them.
Yeah, because you know, JR isn't anymore. JR got relegated to Rampage 1 hour shows.
No
Do you
comment.
think he wanted to?
I think it was the right call. I think it was the right call. I don't think he wanted to. I don't think he wanted to buy the statement saying that I started off with 1 hour shows. It looks like that's how I'm in my career. But you know, that's a sad statement, but also like I think it's time, and no fault to him. He can't keep up with what AEW is doing. Yeah. And plus, like the story, if the stories are convoluted for us, JR don't got time to try to keep up with all that. But I want to move along to get to one of the headlines on our topic, the other one. The Bloodline. I want to get Uzi, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Let's get Uzi. Look, the Bloodline has been carrying Raw, SmackDown, NXT when Solo was there. You know, all the shows, and now we have the tribal chief, the head of the table, as he's called. He said he's everybody's daddy. Roman Reigns facing off against. Okay, yeah, I knew you was going to say that.
Did I full court timeout you again because
what happened?
Tony Khan just tweeted, "Welcome to AEW, the new AEW of business director of business development, Jeff Jarrett."
That was the announcement.
Director of business development.
What? See, this is what I'm talking
Listen,
about.
Impact's still a thing, okay? That company will never die, and he had a part in creating it.
I mean, yeah. But yes, look, like Dylan said, we're gonna skip over that. We're getting Uzi, my dogs. We're getting Uzi.
Let me tell you, that segment, Neeson, you know, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try and start watching more and more. And I turned it on, and I was like, all right, Bloodline, this is great. And I was like, this should never end, ever. This is the greatest pairing of all time. I love it. I'm very excited just to watch that every time. If business is smashing guitars, then business is good. JR, what's up, my man?
Right.
Well, so look, the Bloodline, the Bloodline is the most interesting. But fun fact, it was said that Triple H actually was going to have Sammy leave the Bloodline, but it caught on so well that he decided to extend it. That's why Kevin Owens has been put on pause. Yeah. If people are wondering why Kevin Owens is on pause and that really hasn't been on TV, it was because Sami Zayn and the Bloodline and this whole Uzi thing has taken off. Now, me personally, me watching Friday, me watching Monday, it feels like I'm watching the prime of a SNL sketch. I'm talking people trying to not break. I'm talking everybody's in on a joke. Not only are we laughing with them, we're laughing at them, and we hoping that it goes forward. That is the prime feeling of a great SNL sketch. And I just think, I know we talk a lot about Jey Uso becoming, eventually beating the tribal chief. But hear me out, guys. When we talk about what's next for the Bloodline, I've been thinking about this long and hard. A lot of this reminds me of things like the Bellas. When Brie Bella was going through the thing for Daniel Bryan, and Nikki was there helping her, and then she slaps her and calls her a bitch and says you should have died in the womb. And it was just the biggest flip. Mm-hmm. The one person that's been helping and been quiet has been Jimmy Uso, chilling in the background this whole time. I think we're going to get a Jimmy J, some sort of standoff here that's really going to be the next chapter to the Bloodline. Because we got a lot of stories coming out of this, right? We got layers on layers on layers. So I want to ask you, as we move into Survivor Series, as we move into the road to WrestleMania, before we even get into who, the tribal chief is facing and yada, yada, what's next for the Bloodline? What's the next chapter of this amazing, amazing saga? And I want to toss it to you first, Mimi.
I think I thought they were going to lose the titles a while ago. I think they'll soon break up the titles before they lose the titles altogether. I think I don't want to see them with the Brawling Brutes because the Brawling Brutes feel like they can beat the Usos. They feel like competition.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and Imperium feels like competition as well. So I'm just hoping that that doesn't happen because I really want Sammy and KO to take those titles away from the Usos. I also feel like this is going to drag on and it's going to be a swerve. I didn't think about that swerve that you're talking about. I wouldn't be mad at it. It was hard to watch Jay and Roman. It'll probably, they've never been in a feud together.
Mm-hmm.
This could be it. I think that Sammy is going to get the beating of his life. Because everything that he's doing right now they're things that you just don't do when you have a tight-knit family.
Explain.
I.e., Heyman can probably go over on Jay, not Sami Zayn. Heyman can probably get a name change, not Sami Zayn. So for me, because what? He just got here.
My dog.
Nah. He just got here.
Okay.
So for me, I'm feeling it. Like every time Roman gives him more power, I'm like, I'm Jay. I'm mad. And I'm looking at Jimmy like, what is you laughing about? And why are you okay with this? You're supposed to be my twin. We was in a womb together. And you just turning on me?
Mm-hmm.
I feel Jay's like infuriation. So I think what's going to happen is something's going to happen. Everybody's going to see it. And it's just going to flip. And he's going to get the beating of his life.
Wow.
And that's what I'm ready for. But I think the payback for that will be him and KO will take those titles off of them.
So we're still gonna get Sammy, KO taking the titles off the Usos.
I think.
All right. Pingle, what do you think the next chapter is for the Bloodline?
I think we're gonna stick in this chapter for a while. I think it's going well. I think everybody's really liking it. I think Jay is being tested. Oh my God, they're twins. Oh my goodness. I think it's twins.
Mm-hmm.
And I think until he realizes that, things are going to stay how they are. Because, listen, the head of the table can't have somebody who can't keep their cool when he's clearly like, I'm going to make you an honorary Us. I'm going to change your last name. Like, he needs cooler heads to prevail here. And so far, Sammy is doing that and proving himself, even though I'm sure in the back somewhere, Roman's like, we're just messing with this guy. We're just going to keep him around because he's an idiot, frankly. And I don't think Jay is ready yet. I don't think he's ready yet. And he can't keep his cool around this clown. How is he going to be ready for anything above that? I guarantee if everyone was like, yeah, sure, I guess we'll keep him around, maybe this would be over already. But now that we have the tension in the group, Roman's kind of like, all right, I need to see how strong this group really is. I'm keeping this guy around. I'm going to adopt him as my son.
Sammy Us.
That's kind of where I think it's going. I think ultimately, I mean, the beatdown for Sammy would be great. You know, I think the underdog coming back would be great. I think I've said on this show a couple of months ago, I think Sammy should be the one to defeat Roman because that would be out of control crazy. The ultimate underdog.
Mimi's Mimi's laser eyes just cut through from 3,000 miles away. And
I mean, I would like it better than fuck. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No, you
I
can
would
say
like.
You're
I
free.
would like it better than Cody.
hey,
And I feel like the longer
do not talk about Cody Luther King like that.
Oh my
Okay?
God.
Do
I
not
don't see the Luther
talk.
piece yet. I can't see the Luther piece yet. I don't care what
This
he
man
did for the
saved
kids.
racism. He
Yeah,
had
how?
he had a
When?
biracial baby.
When?
What are you talking about?
What?
You heard the promo? You heard the promo? You heard it? The man said, "This country where I could have a mixed child, a biracial child. This is the home of the free."
I know.
He said it.
That's
I
what y'all holding on to.
Yeah, he saved racism. Cody.
No. Did you
And I'm standing with my cool ass black man
No.
sweater on. All right.
No.
We support him. He was
No.
there doing the
win.
Selma walk. He was there standing between Martin Luther and Malcolm X. You know, hey, actually, his name when he comes back is gonna be Cody X. You didn't know that. I just broke that news. I just broke it.
I can't.
Jesus.
He helped save Bianca Belair. Hey, when he came back, who won the title when Cody came back? Who won? Who won? Who
That
did
was
it?
not because
did
Cody
it?
froze. Okay,
Hey,
don't do
hey,
that.
We don't
That
know
was
the
because
power
of
of
Bianca
Cody.
Belair.
Hey, Cody Luther King will
She
beg to
ain't
differ.
She ain't need no
Cody
Cody
Luther
Luther
King will
Reigns
beg
for
to differ.
nothing.
Okay. Hey.
I can't.
Okay. But I think ultimately Sammy would be it would be a shock for Sammy to beat Roman. I think it would be cool because I feel like Sammy has proven himself time and time again that he can be a main eventer. And I feel like even if it's not for a long time, I think it would be very cool to get him doing.
No.
Anyway, that's where I think this is going. That's it.
No, not A-Town Down. I'm sorry. But
A-Town Down.
I like that. I like that.
You like A-Town Down?
No, never. I like Sammy.
He doesn't like
possibly.
Austin Theory. I don't
That'd
understand.
be great. What a long-term storytelling that would be. Like, what a fool I was to think that you guys actually accepted me.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm gonna be the one that takes you down. And then it's like, yeah, okay. And then when it happens, it's like, holy shit.
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
Like
I think Sammy taking him down, honestly, is when the underdog usually conquers climbs the mountain, he has nowhere left to go. You beat Roman, now you got to face the other bloodline. Right? And now you have to face Jay. Now you have to face Jimmy. Now you got to face Solo, right? Like that's already 3 big matches that you could build to over the following months when after Mania or whatever is usually like the bleep, 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 right? Mm-hmm. So you have that with this underdog. Then you could have Roman versus Sammy again at a SummerSlam. Then you could run that back. Like right after that, right? Or SummerSlam or whatever other big event is in the summer. So I do love that idea of Sammy winning. But I think, look, man, if you are getting Dwayne, if you are getting him for Mania, it should not be for the title. No. It should not, it shouldn't at all. So if you're not, then or if you're getting a 2-night thing, then hey, Rock or Roman versus whoever, him losing the title the first night, and Roman versus Rock the second night for no title because Rock cost him to lose some because he disrespected the family. He kept talking about being a tribal chief, and he's not that. Rock is really the head of the table, whatever the case may be. There's something there, and I think it all depends on that. And The Rock hasn't been shy from saying in these two things you haven't been shot for saying. One, Superman is in Black Adam, and
Whoa.
two, that you know,
What?
he knows Roman Reigns is he knows what he's doing, and he's very interested in coming back, but only if the story is right. So, you know, you're muted. Am I the only one I can't hear you?
The story is right. It's for the pickings. It's like it's ready.
Is.
It's ripe. It's been ripe for so long. How could this? I think he's just trying to throw us a flag.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Could you
Absolutely.
imagine the Bloodline still with Sammy and the promos The Rock would deliver
Oh my God.
to them?
Murder.
Oh, my dog, Rock, my dog.
Murder.
You're not really acting very oopsie.
And you know what else is just like, you can tell none of them are like, they're trying real hard.
Yeah, really
Trying
freaking
real
hard.
hard. But it's just like, I think that's also just the best part about it.
Yes.
Is that none of them can keep it together.
Man.
It together.
We could continue talking about this on and on, but I want to get to one of our final points. But the tribal chief is facing Logan Paul at Crown Jewel. Now, Thomas mentioned earlier in the chat about the potential Crown Jewel not happening at all because of the looming threat. And I don't want to get into that. That just, if you guys just Google Iran and Saudi Arabia, and you'll figure out what happened within the last 24 hours. It's crazy. And I feel like
actually don't know what happened, so I'm going to do that right now while you guys talk.
Yeah, please do why I set it up. But it's nuts. So, but another thing that's happening over there in Saudi Arabia is that we're getting the OG Bullet Club, the OC, versus Judgment Day, which has the legit like OG leader and former of the Bullet Club. What happened? Your face just lit up.
It's Spaceball. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, great. Are the Phillies winning?
No, they do not have a hit. It's the ninth inning. The Phillies currently do not have a hit. I'm saying it out loud just because it's hilarious when no hitters don't happen.
Phillies, hey man, do your job. That's all I gotta say. Fuck the Astros. So guys, yeah, fuck them. So you got the Bullet Club versus the Judgment Day, and look, the Judgment Day has been on a tear. The development of Dominic, him being a sub to Rhea is great. But really, Rhea Ripley, he caught it. So Rhea is really been their X factor, right? Mm-hmm. And they've been talking about, and Luke Gallows has been alluding to finding a woman for the Bullet Club in order to even the odds. And apparently it looks like that's what we're going to see over in Saudi Arabia. My question to you. Is this just, and it's funny, and I was on your show, Turnbuckle Talk, and my whole thing was Dana Brooke, and somebody said it, and I was like, all right, say it back. But my thought is, one, is this just a open door for Dana Brooke to come through, or is this somebody new that could possibly debut in such a big way? And either or I mean, like Dylan just said in the chat, which I kind of think that may be who it's going to be. But I want to toss it to you, Mimi. Who do you think is going to join the OC BC?
So I think I heard Dana Brooke, and I was like, yeah, that's what I was like. Just like that.
Yeah.
Admittedly, I did not even think about this because I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know. Even
Is that
somebody
a good
said
thing?
Piper Nevins / Dewdrops, and I was like, we haven't seen her in a while since NXT, right? Since that match in NXT.
Since she broke up with Nikki Cross.
Mm-hmm.
Now Nikki Cross, no longer Nikki ASH.
Could it be Nikki?
No. Because again, this person has to stand face to face and be an actual threat to Rhea Ripley. Now, the reason, I mean, look, you said Piper Nevins, which I think it'll be a great one to give her name back. And also two, They put on some fire matches at NXT UK.
I
Fire.
I think that I would not bring anybody else back. I think that right now the women's division in the WWE is clawing their way back out of who do we have, who's on TV. Like Charlotte being out, and Charlotte is the queen, but Charlotte being out did a lot for these girls as the length of this time around, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like Alexa's getting her shot. Asuka's back. We're seeing more of her. Damage Control, though, I feel like the shine is slowly coming off. They've gotten what they've gotten. I did not know that Carmella was going through some things. I just thought that she was shelved. Sending love to her. But I personally feel like everybody is getting a little bit of a shine, especially on SmackDown. I feel like that whole women's roster is on TV almost every single week, to the point where I'm like, oh, when I see somebody new, I'm like, oh yeah, her. We haven't seen Raquel in like 2 weeks though, right?
This is a possible as well. She's a very January 6er. Yep.
Yes. So the only people that I personally feel like can stand toe to toe with her is Bianca and Raquel.
Okay.
And Doudrop. But it's like Doudrop is number 3 because I just feel like we haven't seen her and she needs to come back and be that reinforcement again. Tamina, that's right.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be Raquel. I think that makes the most sense, unless Charlotte randomly comes back.
It can't be Charlotte.
Charlotte
in a faction, in a all guys faction.
Why not? That's the
throw
queen.
it up.
That's the queen.
She is her own, or like she is her own solar system. You know, like Charlotte. You can't stand next. Charlotte can't stand next to anybody. Like legitly, like she's just that much of a beast. You know, like it. And so I feel like you put in her neck, and then you're putting her next to Luke Gallows, Kyle Anderson, and AJ Styles. Like it just doesn't. It doesn't even equal out, you know?
Yeah, I think you're also saying it's kind of like she doesn't need that.
She doesn't at all.
Doesn't
not
do
at
anything for her. Besides, like, hey, Charlotte's back, and now she's going to win 17 more titles. I
think Charlotte wants to do that for somebody. She did it for Naomi. We saw that she did it for Naomi. We saw that she did it for Bianca at some point in the Royal Rumble. She did it somewhere where... Because Bianca's beat her before, right?
She beat. Oh, you said Bianca? Oh, Charlotte and Bianca. Yes, I
not for a title, but it was
not
like
for a title. Yeah, it was like when they split, when they did the brand split the last time. I believe they wrestled once and went the separate ways. I
feel like she would want to give that person a rub.
Maze actually made a great point, and saying that Beth Phoenix, and we seen the tease, and if you want. You know, AJ Styles is now a good guy. Edge is now a good guy. This whole thing, if Beth Phoenix does come back, I wouldn't be surprised she comes back and you know just stands there face to face to help even out the score. But Mia Yim keeps coming up. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, I saw that.
Stop it, Dylan. But Mia Yim definitely keeps coming up. That's somebody that Triple H really liked in NXT that, you know, can stand next to or in front of Rhea Ripley. That may look opposing, but you're right. They do have a roster that they can help build. And Raquel is definitely one of those people where she doesn't really, again, she falls in that category as like, she doesn't really have anything. Like she has talent, but it's nothing to make you feel like, okay, like, I'm attached myself to her.
Yeah.
Right. Besides the fact they just keep pushing that she's of Latin descent. Right. Like that's literally it. So if you put her with, you know, the Bullet Club, I think that helps. I
Yeah.
think that may give her a little edge, and then
She needs
you, yeah, you have that few
Three
come out.
veterans that could maybe help her out, figure it out.
Right. I think that spot needs to be for someone like that. Or, you know, again, that's why I really think that's why I think that Dana Brooke is the person, honestly. Like, because Dana Brooke, she's been around, she's been working. She is the 24/7 7-Eleven I-95 world champion, you know. Shout out to our Truth, man. I gotta show love to our Truth. You know, that was our Truth. But also I feel like she fits in that group. I feel like with that energy, with Carl Anderson, with Luke Gallows, just that aura, I feel like Dana Brooke in it would help her a lot. So I don't know, man. We'll see. Are we excited about this match? All right, great, cool, guys. Great, cool.
I'm excited to see
who
Rhea.
it is, but I mean, beyond that,
Yeah, and I'm excited to see Rhea.
Me too.
I
I understand why Dom definitely I get it. We all get it. I don't tell Minister Farrakhan. So last question, Crown Jewel is coming up. I just want to ask you, what are your biggest hopes that will come out of this? Like, what do you want to see happen the most? Do you want to see Logan Paul go over Roman Reigns? Do you want to see the Brawling Brutes walk out with the Unified Tag Team Championships? Do you want to see Omos beat the living hell out of Braun Strowman? What is the thing? And I'm gonna ask you in the chat. Please drop them in the chat. What do you want to see the most coming out of Crown Jewel besides everybody healthy?
Yeah, I was gonna say, well, I want to make sure everyone's safe and we actually do our due diligence and make sure that we're not being dumb and taking care of our, like, as soon as I saw that, I'm like, I wouldn't even get on the plane. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Did they pull it? They pulled it, right?
What, the show?
Yeah.
Crown Jewel?
Yeah.
No.
So apparently there is a screenshot circling around that they are moving it to Saturday, but nobody's seen it on the nobody's seen it on the WWE site.
They're moving it to Saturday?
They're moving it to Saturday night to the US.
Really? I have not seen.
Finn was on a plane.
It's a screenshot. However, it's not been confirmed to be on the WWE website. Someone sent me the screenshot.
Oh.
A screenshot from the WWE app? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know where the screenshot came from. Somebody sent it to me.
Now, see, this is the kind of announcement that shows should do. Not tell me that we're going to have a big show on AEW.
Yeah.
But so for me, besides everyone being safe and not a world catastrophe happening, listen, Brock Bobby is the match. I don't care. That's the match for me.
Okay. Who do you got winning? Pingle? Who do you got winning?
In the end, the fans are the real winners. The real winners. Honestly, they won't do it. They won't have Lashley win. I would love for Lashley to win. He should win because, as we've said, is the screenshot from Tout. Wow.
I don't know where it came from.
Anyway, I want Lashley to win. I think that would be great, but it's going to be Brock, unfortunately, even though whatever. But hey, we're getting the match. I hope it's good. That's the match I'm looking forward to the most. And that's all I got to say about. They're doing Drew McIntyre carrying Cross in a steel cage. Good luck with that.
Who cares?
The roll off.
Who cares?
All right.
Brock Lesnar needs to put Bobby over.
Yeah, absolutely.
That needs
I
to
agree.
happen. Even if it doesn't happen now, I'm looking forward to that match, to the beginning of this feud, to keep it going so that in the end, Bobby gets the win and he is the new beast.
The new beast, Bobby Lashley. I
No
love it.
way. This isn't real. This isn't real. This
It
isn't.
can't be.
This isn't real.
All right, send it to me now.
Yes. Guys, look, it's only an only reason I'm saying it's not real is because it says performance center. They're not putting that card inside of the performance center.
I mean,
tell you
what?
hey, that's,
I didn't even
right
read that.
now.
but that's a last. Like, if they need to switch it last minute,
They're
where
putting
else are they gonna go?
they're putting Brock Lesnar and this is not 2020, by the way. This is like,
Well, I mean, but it's still a last minute adjustment that they
Yeah.
need to make. You think they could find an arena
I
And
think
they
they
that
can.
quick?
yeah, if they
think they can.
said we're doing a form in LA, do you know how fast that'll sell
Oh
out?
yeah, I mean, I'd be there too.
I know.
I mean, yeah, I mean that's no doubt.
Like I think they could definitely find a place in a major city, in a major mecca. You know, it may
That's
cost them money,
That's right.
but yeah, as soon as I saw Performance Center, I'm like, not like they're not paying Brock Lesnar, you know, $2 million to show up plus a private jet to perform in front of 50 people.
I can see why you were doing this.
You saw that,
So,
right?
Yeah,
I was like,
that's what like.
What does that say?
And the first words I saw was performance. I'm like, yep, nope, not happening. But yeah, I feel like, look, I think people don't like America. A lot of shit happens in America. And people still come from out of town and do shit here all the time. So, I mean, come from out of the country and do things here all the time. In a political climate, even though we're in Cold War Part 2, things still go on. So I know we hear things in our media and news coverage. We definitely escalate them and create, you know, whatever we create. It's a 24-hour news cycle, yada, yada, yada. But that does not stop things from going on outside of the country. If everybody is safe, if they are assured that, look, WWE, you're going to fly in, you're going to do your thing, and then you're going to fly out, they're still going to have that show to hell or high water. The amount of money, not saying that WWE gets paid, but the amount of money that's getting paid out to WWE, they're like, no, you're gonna come and do this damn show. so I'll be very, very, very surprised if they don't do it in Saudi, but also if they do it in LA, let us know, because I'm definitely going. All right.
the one thing
Let
I
us
will
know.
say is I don't like that. There's a threat, and because like that's negotiable. That's the only thing about this whole deal
Right?
that bothers me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how bad is it? Like
Right.
that
Yeah.
almost feels
Right.
like they're on the phone. Can you tell us,
Yeah.
like, give us a percentage? That's kind of what it feels
Right.
like, and it's like,
Yeah.
don't go, like, please.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like
If my tribal chief does not come back,
that's look, the tribe, if anybody coming back is a tribal chief, okay, that is
and my Usis,
Absolutely.
all right,
and my
maybe-
Bobbies, and my Brocks, all of them,
All of
AJ, Finn, Rhea,
Wow.
they all
Wow.
need to come back.
Rhea definitely
All
come
of
back,
them.
Rhea.
Bring them all back.
Yeah. Look, it's a lot of people winning at life. And you know, Buddy Murphy's one of them. All right, so last comments, guys. Pingle, just want to share your social since you know.
Yes.
you weren't here. Tell us what you got going on.
What else do I have going on? Well, I mean, I don't know. I can't tell you. There's a no-hitter. It's a no-hitter.
I don't want to talk about it.
It's that you got to put it out there, and then it won't happen. Anyway, you can find me on
okay, great.
Instagram and Twitter at JP Thrice. You can also find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/JP Thrice. I've been playing that Modern Warfare 2. It's fun. Just make sure you mute the in-game chat so you don't have to hear horrible things, and then you still have some sort of hope for humanity.
Do the kids
Oh, it's
still be
terrible.
on there
Oh yeah,
acting crazy?
Yeah.
So I hear that look, we're gonna go very soon. I hear that that Modern Warfare 2's chat rooms is like back to being one of the worst chat rooms.
It's back, baby.
All right. Hey, man. Cool. I can't wait to get on. Guys, yeah, make sure you watch JP Thrice's streams. Make sure you come on and watch me play Gotham Knights on my stream. Been playing it, been really liking it. It's very chunky as well, though. Like it's weird. All the complaints are real, but also I do like the story. It's pretty dope. But Mimi, are you streaming? Are you a streamer? Are you a Twitcher?
So I used to play Halo back in the day before streaming was a thing. Before all of that, I do still have the Master Chief Collection. I still purchase the latest and greatest because I have an 18-year-old. So we do have an X5, we do have an X1, Xbox X, like what we just get it.
Yeah.
Right. We just get it. And I've been thinking about getting back into it because it was fun, but I know this Twitch thing, it's a big setup.
I mean, you basically got it.
You really got it. Yeah, right now you got it. You're able to do this. So I mean, that's pretty
halfway
much
there, living on a prayer.
And think about it.
And also, man, let's go. Let's play some games, guys. I'm always trying to play games. With people, and just so I could scream and lose while I'm doing it. So
do you have Modern Warfare? Do you have it? Do you have Modern Warfare?
I am buying it this weekend. Rents due.
I hear that. Yeah.
So that come for first. I still haven't got 2K either, but I've been, Modern Warfare 2 is the game that I am buying next, and I can't wait because I want to get back with my friends playing and cussing everybody out and cutting my mic on, but cutting everybody else's mic off. Yeah. And just going to town on everybody. I love it. Bring me all the toxicity out of it. And I'm gonna just stream it. Let's do it, man. Let's do it. So yeah, get Modern Warfare, and we're just gonna have a great time, guys. Yeah. This has been fun. This has been a great time.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. It's been amazing.
Yes. Thank you for coming, and for coming on time as well.
Shout out to everybody that has a Switch. You can add me on Switch as well. Stay Fly Life as well. All I play, oh man, mine's in the bathroom, but all I do play but I've been playing a lot of Asphalt lately because it's free, but also like I have a club on Asphalt and we get at it. So shout out to all the Catosphere. I believe the Catosphere, somebody's watching from the Catosphere right now. So play some Asphalt. I played 64 on there. They got all the 64 games. They just released the Sega games on there. So come on, man. Come at me, bro. Let's play. But this has been fun, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe this video. Pingo usually does this, but this is how I'm gonna do it. If you're watching the video on YouTube, you already know where you're watching it at. Like and subscribe. If you're watching a video on one of our Twitters, make sure you go to our YouTube at youtube.com/that#showtv and like and subscribe. And make sure you follow us on Instagram at ths.wrestling. That's for our wrestling stuff on Instagram, but you can also follow pop culture stuff. I just interviewed Brokeem from the inspection, and I asked him about, is he going to play Shocker again? So make sure, if you want to see that, make sure you follow that #show on Instagram. But most importantly, make sure you go to that #show for everything trending in geek pop culture, and we'll definitely catch you next time. Bye, guys.